Well, welcome to the Pallion Shipyard. I'm Kim Simpson, the chairperson of the Senora Trust. And this is going to be the site for the Sunderland Shipyard's Heritage and Skills Project. We're delighted to be able to use this historic facility, and the man who's going to tell you about it is the Managing Director of the Pallion Engineering Company, Mr. Peter Callaghan.
My name's Peter Callaghan. I'm the MD of Pallion Engineering, which we're here today. I'll walk you around the shipyard and we'll let you see what we've actually got. This was the load out and lift out pod. The place the large units had been fabricated in the sheds to our left into ships formed pieces of steel, and then eventually they were taken down into what is the Pallion dry dock. The dry dock at its extreme is 181 metres and its breadth is 50 metres. Unusual for a dry dock to be so wide, but the principle was that we would have one ship to the right hand side completely finished, and to the left hand side you would have half a ship where the work intensity was, the engine room, the rudder, things like that. You would then open the dock gate, flood the dock, float one ship out, float the other one across, lock up and start again. We're now entering what hopefully will become the next home of the project Senora, where we intend with this Senora Trust to bring the ship here to Pallion and then bring her back to life. Not just bring her back to life, but also bring her back to life by using apprentice labour and training those young people and old in the true skills of boat building and ship building.
Chris Hall, Sales and Marketing Director at Monumental Training. I think there's a huge skills gap in the North East for engineering. For example, only 2% took up apprenticeships within engineering within the North East. So bringing a fantastic project back like this would certainly help with a lack of skilled workforce in the region.
So Chris, you think that a diploma level qualification in marine engineering is relevant then?
It certainly is. It'd be a fantastic opportunity with the history that's here today within the shipyards and everyone within the region who have had family, friends, close relatives who've worked within this industry many, many years ago. That lack of skilled workforce would be great to be brought back.
Of course, we're not anticipating that we're going to be building capital ships on the weir again. No. But in terms of transferability of skills, do you think it's relevant to transferability of skills?
Yeah, certainly. For example, you could go from welding, you could go from into construction. Those apprenticeships give you the life skills at the same time, as well as giving you the core skills that you need to go on to further education or a further career. And
your instructors will be able to work with our volunteers who are actually being shipyard workers and apprentices themselves in their day, will they?
Yeah, they'll certainly be able to do that. I think they'll be more than pleased. I think it'll be an absolute honour to actually work on a project like this.
Here we are standing on the banks of the weir, and with me are some men who have got something to say about the history of Sunderland and shipyards.
The history of this shipbuilding in the Sunderland area goes back a lot of years. When I started my apprenticeship in 1969, there were 74,000 shipyard workers on the River Weir. Right. I had a 5-year apprenticeship. Then in 83, that's when they started to lay a lot of shipyard workers off. But they'd reduced the apprenticeships as well, because there was 30 apprentices started when I started in 69, and then it was dropped down to 10 on the whole of the river. Okay. And I think we need apprenticeships back and get this boat building back into this town, this city. I'm just hoping all this works out and gets the young ones off the dole into apprenticeships and into the job. And that's what we have to aim for. This is very important.
My name's James Robson. I'm a local businessman from the Tees Valley, where I started a chemical company 20 odd years ago. And I saw an item about Senora on the evening news at the beginning of last year, and that excited me about getting involved with the project. It was basically a launch to try and raise money to save the the boat from being scrapped, which I got involved with. And then I have met yourself and started to get more involved in how to build the project into a viable training and regeneration enterprise, which is very exciting for me.
So James, the Senora project, do you believe that the training that's being offered is relevant to the North East economy?
Yes, well, the North East economy has had a very difficult time over recent decades, and the loss of skills like steel making and shipbuilding are clearly, very sad to see. But core skills like working with metal and the involvement in young people seeing engineering and seeing fabrication as a career are really crucial if we're going to be a competitive manufacturing base into the future. We've got strong sectors in automotive and in chemicals and pharmaceuticals, but it would be great to have other manufacturing bases, re-establish themselves here in the Northeast.
It seems as though, despite the fact that engineering in a sense is synonymous with the Northeast, that's something which is not so obvious in current training models. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say so, because some of the slightly more glamorous areas like social media, where young people feel they may be able to make a lot of money very quickly if they can develop an app or a website, and sell it for a lot of money, have taken a lot of the interest out of the sort of dirty skills, if you like, which is what engineering and working in metal would be seen as. There are other sort of areas that are building up in the Northeast, but I think getting back to the roots of working with steel and making things, construction, are absolutely vital.
We've heard from Peter, and we've heard from the men whose skills are the heritage that this project was going to save. Those skills are the skills that made Sunderland famous throughout the world for innovation and manufacturing excellence. We're standing here now in the bay where Senora will come to rest, and it's here that our apprentices will learn those heritage skills and make sure that they do not die, that they are saved for the future generations. Thank you.